The diner was supposed to be his safe place, a warm corner of comfort where the smell of pancakes and coffee reminded him of better days. Marcus had just finished a long shift at the factory, his clothes stained with sweat and oil, his hands rough from years of honest work. He walked into the small-town diner, greeted by curious glances and cold silence. But he was used to it. Being a black man in this town meant always carrying an invisible weight. He ordered quietly, keeping his head down, but the peace shattered when two officers barged in. They eyed him like prey, their voices sharp, their tone accusing. "You don't belong here," one hissed. The diner froze as if on cue, and before Marcus could explain, rough hands grabbed him. The smell of bacon and coffee mixed with the stench of fear as they shoved him to the ground. Fists raining down, the sound of bones cracking echoing louder than any scream. Asterisks outside. The flashing lights painted the night in cruel red and blue. Marcus tried to shield his face, gasping for air, his heart racing with the humiliation of being treated like less than human. Customers watched, some whispering, others recording, but no one stopped it. The officers yelled about resisting, even though his body lay limp, trembling beneath their knees. His mind flashed to his son, to the boy he had raised with discipline and hope. The boy he told to always walk tall, no matter how the world tried to break him. That boy, now a man, worked in Washington guarding the most powerful house in America. Marcus wondered if his son would ever know what was happening tonight, if the truth would ever reach him. And then, as another blow landed, Marcus's thoughts faded into silence. His body carried to the station like cargo rather than a human being. The next morning, that truth did reach Washington. His son David sat in the White House security briefing room when his phone buzzed with the video. At first, he froze, watching the grainy footage of a man beaten in front of strangers. But then his heart dropped. The man was his father. Rage boiled in his chest, his fists trembling against the table. This wasn't just any attack. This was his blood, the man who had sacrificed everything to raise him. The man who told him that one day he would wear a suit instead of chains. David requested immediate leave, his voice so firm and filled with fire that no one questioned him. Hours later, he was standing in that same diner town. Not as a broken boy, but as a security chief who carried power, authority, and connections the officers could never have imagined. The diner fell silent as he walked in, his presence commanding the room, his eyes searching for the men who dared touch his father. When David confronted them, their smirks faded. They thought they had beaten just another nameless man, someone whose cries would disappear into the night. But David wasn't here for pity, he was here for justice. Standing tall in his immaculate suit, he showed his credentials, the gold of his badge gleaming under the fluorescent lights. Gasps echoed around the room as he declared, "The man you brutalized is my father." The words cut like glass, silencing every whisper, every excuse. Those same officers who spat on Marcus now stood pale, trembling, as the weight of their actions pressed down. Within hours, their badges were stripped, their crimes exposed not just to the town, but to the nation. Marcus, still bruised and fragile, lifted his eyes to see his son beside him. No longer a boy, but a shield of strength and honor. And in that diner where he had been broken, Marcus finally felt seen, finally felt vindicated. Because the world now knew his story, and it would never forget. This was Moonlight Story. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories.